is there like only clitoral, or is it like other options, or how it goes in your course? Is it like, am I gonna practice this part or only like the holistical part?
Right. So, yeah, that's one of the main questions I actually get, or that's one of the main reasons women come to my course, because they say, I only feel clitoral orgasms and I don't feel other orgasms, and I want to experience other kinds of orgasms. There's no way I can make this answer short. So first of all, I would say if you're a woman and you're only experiencing clitoral orgasm, which is the case, I think, for majority of women, first of all, is not to put yourself down for it, not feel bad for it, as if you're somehow not enough as a woman, or you're not good enough in bed, or you're only experiencing something superficial. Because clitoral orgasm, if we talk about like anatomically, is pretty much the same if a man would say, I'm only having a penis orgasm. That is, I'm having orgasm from the stimulation of penis. And no man comes to me and says, I'm not enough as a man, I'm so blocked, and I'm not sufficient as a human being because my orgasm comes from a penis. It's quite normal for a man that the erectile tissue, which is the penis, is the most sensitive, and very strong sensations come from there. And again, for women's anatomy, the most sensitive area is usually the clitoral head and the clitoral legs, and vestibular bulbs, which are right underneath the clitoral leg. So this is the main area in your body where the erectile tissue is, which means the blood flows there. And if the erectile tissue fills up, then if you touch it, it's going to be very pleasurable. And usually for most women, this is the area also we have the most cluster of nerves, and these nerves are most easily awakened, and they sense quite easily. And this is very normal for a woman to have orgasms from there, and most women have from there. So there's no need to feel, let's say, bad about it, or I should be something more. Now, if you're curious to experience something more, that's a whole other story. And then, yes, it's possible to have different sensations of orgasms. There are different nerves that come to the genital area. They're grouped into four main different groups of nerves. And depending on which nerve or nerves we stimulate, they can give a different sensation, subjective sensation, what kind of orgasm I'm experiencing. And it's true that in the clitoral area, the nerves and the neurons that are there, they're the kind of neurons that give a more localized sensation, and they're usually much more easily awakened. They awaken quicker, and that's why also it's easier to feel orgasm from there. Now, there are nerves inside the vagina as well, and it is possible when you stimulate these nerves, it's also possible to get like an orgastic sensations from stimulating these nerves. A lot of women don't feel these nerves. A lot of women feel numbness, or they feel nothing once the penetration goes deeper in the vagina. So they only feel sensations either from external stimulation or at the very entrance of the vagina, where we're still touching the clitoral part, and some other erectile tissues which are there. So whilst it's true that most women just experience clitoral orgasm, it's also true that for all women, it's possible to experience different kinds of orgasm, either sensitizing the nerves that are more deeper in the vagina, but usually these nerves, they take much, much longer to awaken. So usually it does require that the penetration is a lot longer than it is for most women today. And I would even say more importantly that the woman's body is ready before the penetration. I think that is the key, because then when you enter, these nerves have at least a possibility to feel. Because if the penetration is too quick, it's very highly unlikely that the body relaxes enough so you start feeling from these nerves. Now, everything I've described is very genital focused, but you have nerves all over the body. So it's possible from really any stimulation of any nerve to have an orgasm. One of the first, let's say, non-genital orgasms I had was a stimulation of a wrist, for example. And kind of that same similar feeling, the wave started from here. So there's really no limit from where in your body you could have an orgasm. And plus the orgasm doesn't happen just because you stimulate a nerve. It happens in your brain. It's a brain's decision. So, and there's so many other factors coming into play. For example, olfactory sensations, so the smell, for example, that can be crucial whether you're aroused, and that's been shown so many times that women choose their partners subconsciously according to the smell. So if the smell of the partner is not attractive, that can be a great impediment, even if you stimulate all the right nerves. So there's so many other factors, and in the end, orgasm is about letting go. So if you're able to let go, basically you can just have an orgasm without even going to the clitoris or any other nerves in your genital area.
Okay.